So, you're thinking of starting a business. Maybe you've already started, and things aren't going quite the way you imagined. Maybe you're still dreaming, planning, or just quietly obsessing over an idea you can't shake. Either way, before you leap or before you give up, let's slow down for a second and talk. Entrepreneurship is often sold like a shiny object. Be your own boss, work from anywhere, build passive income, retire at 35. That's the dream, right? But that's the Instagram version. That's the highlight reel. What you don't see are the hours behind the scenes. The doubts, the failures, the anxiety, the sheer grind of building something from nothing. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to tell you the truth, because the truth will prepare you in ways hype never can. So let's get into it. These are 7 harsh truths about starting a business. They might be uncomfortable, but if you can accept them, you're already ahead of 90% of people who'll quit at the first sign of struggle. No one cares as much as you do. And honestly, that's not their fault. Your vision, your mission, your product, that's your baby. You're the one who's been up late sketching out ideas or researching competitors. You're the one lying in bed at 3 a.m. wondering if this launch will work. Your friends might support until you cancel plans for the 3rd weekend in a row. Your partner might be proud of you until you're too stressed to really be present. People have their own lives, their own goals. You can't expect them to be obsessed with yours. And here's the kicker. What you do need is the self-motivation to keep going even when no one is clapping for you. Second harsh truth. You're going to lose money before you make money. It's just how it goes. It might not be a huge loss, but between getting a website, branding, product development, tools, maybe renting space or hiring freelancers, costs add up. And unless you're a unicorn who nails product market fit on day one, chances are your revenue will be slow at first, and that's scary. It's especially hard when you're watching your savings drop and the return isn't coming yet. You'll question everything. But that's the point when most people quit, and the brave ones double down, learn from their mistakes and push forward. The early stage of any business feels like digging a hole with your bare hands and hoping you'll strike gold eventually. You have to keep digging, smartly but consistently. Now this one stings. You're not as good as you think you are. It doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you've still got a lot to learn. You might be a great designer, a skilled coach, or an incredible baker, but there's a massive difference between having a skill and running a business. Being a good chef doesn't automatically make you good at managing inventory, marketing, hiring staff, or handling customer complaints. You're going to find out real quick where your weaknesses are. And when you do, don't take it personally. Take it as a signal. Because every gap is something you can learn or outsource, but only if you're humble enough to recognize it. Let's get into the 4th truth. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation is great. It's what gets you started. But motivation is like a spark. Motivation will disappear the moment things get hard. The day your ad campaign flops. The day you get a refund request from a difficult client. The day you hit a wall creatively. You won't feel like working, but you'll have to work anyway. If your business depends on how inspired you feel, it won't last. Create routines, block time, build systems. Treat it like a job before it becomes your lifestyle. And here's one no one likes to hear. Not everyone will support you. Some people just won't get it. Some will be passive-aggressive. Some might even resent you for trying. You'll hear comments like, "Why don't you just get a normal job?" Or "You sure that's gonna work?" Or worse, nothing at all. Silence, especially from people you expected would be in your corner. But here's the truth. You don't need universal support. You need clarity. Clarity about what you're building, why it matters, and who it's for. Because once your business starts gaining traction, those doubters will change their tune. But you can't build your self-worth around their approval. You have to be okay being misunderstood. Now let's talk about time. This one's brutal. It's gonna take way longer than you think. Whatever timeline you're picturing in your head, that first launch probably won't go as planned. That viral TikTok you hope will solve everything might get 200 views. That easy funnel you copied from a YouTube tutorial. Building a business is rarely a straight line. It's pivot after pivot. It's testing, tweaking, learning, evolving. And that takes time, months, sometimes years. You might not make a dime in the first few months. You might not see real profits for over a year. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're building something real. And here it is, the 7th, and maybe the harshest truth. No one is coming to save you. There's no boss to give you a raise, no HR department to sort out conflicts, no manager to give you goals. It's just you. If your website crashes, you fix it. If your sales dip, you troubleshoot. If you feel stuck, you have to pull yourself out. Entrepreneurship requires an insane level of self-leadership. And yeah, that sounds exhausting. But you know what else? It's also empowering. Because once you accept that no one's coming, you stop waiting. You stop wishing. You start moving. That's when you start to realize how capable you really are. Let me tell you something people rarely admit: you're going to fail. Not overall, but in little ways all the time. You'll launch products that don't sell. You'll send emails with typo. You'll hire the wrong freelancer. You'll price yourself too low or too high. You'll burn out and bounce back. And that's okay. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every successful entrepreneur you admire has a graveyard of failures behind them. The difference is, they kept going. They kept showing up, learning, adjusting. Here's another hard truth. You might outgrow people. You might outgrow your old identity. When you start a business, you're not just creating a brand. You're becoming someone new, more disciplined, more resilient, more confident. And sometimes that transformation makes people uncomfortable. You might feel distant from your old crew. You might start spending more time with other builders. That's part of growth. Don't apologize for it. You're not leaving them behind. You're just choosing a path most people aren't brave enough to take. You'll also wrestle with imposter syndrome. That little voice that says, "Who do you think you are?" You'll feel it every time you raise your prices, pitch a new offer, or post something vulnerable. But here's the secret. Everyone feels it. Even the 7-figure earners. Even the influencers. The difference is, they act anyway. They post anyway. They launch anyway. Courage isn't the absence of doubt. It's moving forward despite it. You'll also learn to celebrate small wins. Because big wins, they don't come often. Not at first. So celebrate your first customer, your first testimonial, your first break-even month. Those moments matter. They're the bricks you build the foundation with. And one day you'll look back and realize those small wins were the beginning of everything. And one more thing, don't chase trends. Drop shipping is hot, then it's NFTs, then it's AI tool. Everyone's yelling about the next big thing. But you don't need to do what everyone else is doing. You need to do what you can stick with, what you care about, what solves a real problem. Trends fade, but trust, that lasts. Solve real problems for real people, and your business will grow, even if it's not sexy. At the end of the day, starting a business is not for everyone, and that's okay. But if you're still watching, if something in you is saying, "Yes, this is what I want," then listen to that voice. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it, because nothing teaches you more about yourself than trying to build something from scratch. It'll test your patience, your faith, your limit, but it'll also unlock your creativity, your grit, your confidence. And most of all, it will give you freedom. Not just financial freedom, but the freedom to live life on your terms. To wake up every day and know that you built this. So if no one else tells you this today,